Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out Tasty's recipe for foolproof macarons. So right here I am just going to start by cracking 3 eggs that we had left out for room temperature. Tasty did suggest to leave them out for at least half an hour, so we did leave them out for a full hour. So right here I'm just cracking the eggs very slowly. Clearly. I was doing my best to make sure that I didn't get any shell or yolk to break, because they do say to separate the yolks and the whites. So right here you'll see me start to separate the yolks from the whites, again very slowly. I don't do this very often, so this definitely is going to take me a lot longer than it should have. But again, yeah, I'm definitely trying to be really careful to not break the yolks and make sure that they don't run into the whites because we need the whites later. I did not realize that I didn't need the yolks, so you'll see them sitting over here in the bowl for a while. But I did not need the yolks at all. And then right here, I'm just grabbing my bowl that has my sifter, and we're going to be sifting together the powdered sugar that it calls for. I believe it's 1 3/4 cup. So right here, I'm just trying to carefully measure that out. So we're going to be sifting that. And along with that, we're also going to be sifting a cup of almond flour. And it's stuck. And then right here, we're just adding a little bit of salt. And then right here, we're sifting. Sifting. And I only sifted once, so I just sifted this through, and I was doing my best to get as many of those little grains as possible, so you'll see me at the end sifting. And all of those I just threw away, the little pebbles that were left that I couldn't get through the sifter, but I threw the rest of those out. And then right here, we are just whisking up the egg whites. I had done this a few times already, and I realized that it helps a lot to put it on full, the fastest it can go, and then we added a little bit of salt, and yeah, I really cranked up the speed of the whisk, because I realized that going any slower just left it watery, and it was not reaching any sort of peak at all. And then right here, you see I made a mess. And this is me just adding granulated sugar a little bit at a time, just to help sweeten and thicken up the whipped cream. So I'll be doing this for a while. And again, like I said, I suggest to put it on full speed. And then right here, we're just adding the vanilla. And Tasty did the trick where they flipped it over their head, and I definitely did not, because I was definitely way too scared to do that. But you'll see me mix this for a little bit longer, just trying to reach as stiff of a peak as I can get without beating it too much. And then I did the flip test very carefully, and nothing came out. So I was really excited that nothing ran out. And then right here, we're just going to be adding the flour and powdered sugar mixture. I think I did mess up at this part. You can tell that the mixture is a little grainy. I know that it's kind of bright, but you can see how grainy the mixture is, so I definitely would have sifted it again, and I do suggest that. And I think I might have overmixed it as well. So you can see here, it's hard to tell how much you're supposed to mix it for, because it's easy to mix it too much or not mix it enough. But I did leave the whole clip in, just to show how I did it and how you should not do it. So I did include the entire clip of me mixing. So I'll just mix. Definitely mix way too much. And I definitely don't think that it helped that my bowls and measuring cups were still a little wet from after I washed them. So you'll see here that it's stuck to the bowl. So I think some of the moisture really affected how they came out. And then right here, I definitely added way too much food coloring because they suggested 2 little drops and I put a lot more than that. So that probably did not help with how liquidy they were. And then right here, I didn't cut this out because my honey was helping me put my mixture into a baggie. So thank you so much, honey. And then right here, I'm just going to be piping out the shapes for my macarons. I have a baking sheet that has some nonstick spray, a little bit, and some parchment paper so that they don't stick. So right here, I'm just squeezing out the shapes of my macarons. I did this with a Ziploc bag and a little cake top for the frosting, a cake tip. Definitely do not recommend. It's a good makeshift option if you have nothing else, but I definitely suggest finding a better way to do this. But yeah, I'm just finishing that up. And you'll see I left them out for about an hour. They said half an hour to an hour to let them dry. So I'll be banging the air out of them. But they didn't get dry. You can tell that they were going to come out very flat. And you'll see in a second when I pull them out of the oven how flat they are right here. So they're very, very, very flat. They definitely did not cook right. So that was a total thumbs down. Super sad about that. And then right here, things also started to go downhill. Because I obviously did not leave my butter out long enough for my buttercream. So it's pretty much rock solid. And you'll see me here in the next couple clips doing my best, thinking I can mush it down. But obviously that is not working. So I left it out the entire time that I had started making this. So it was about an hour, maybe an hour and a half total process. So I definitely should have left it out longer. But right here, I did put it in the microwave for a little while. So you'll see that it is a lot more blended and mixed here. So we have that. And then I almost spilled it right here. And then right here, we're just adding all of the powdered sugar. And there was, it suggested 3 cups of powdered sugar. So right here, I'm just trying to very carefully measure out 3 cups. Make sure I don't get it everywhere, which of course I do. So we have 1 cup, and then we'll have 2 more. And again, I'm very slow at this. I was doing my best to try to keep as much as I could in the bowl and not on the table. Because as you can see, I got the granulated sugar already all over the table. And then right here, of course, I dropped some more in the bowl. And then I don't have an extra pair of hands, so of course I set it inside of my bowl. So I'm always making a mess. And then right here, I'm just going to be trying to get off as much excess as I can that I just dropped all over my measuring cup. And then right here, we're just going to sift all of those together into the butter mixture. And I gotta say, I definitely did not realize how difficult it was to sift. It requires a lot of arm strength that I did not know I needed. So anybody who bakes and does this on the regular, props to you, because this took me way longer than it should have. So I'll just be sifting here for quite a while. And we're sifting and sifting and sifting. And sifting. Shaking it all out. And then right here, we just added the vanilla. And we blended that together for a bit. Just until it got thicker. So we blended that before I added any of the heavy whipping cream. I tried to blend it as much as I could before I added any of the liquid. But you'll see right here, I added 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream and just whip that up. And then right here, I'm just separating the macarons from the parchment paper. And as you can see, they definitely did not come out right. Some parts of it were dry, and then the middle parts were kind of sticky. So I'm thinking I might have underbaked them. But I didn't want to bake them any longer because I didn't want them to burn because they are so thin. But yeah, you can definitely see that they did not come out right. And I had actually tried this a couple times, and this was probably my best attempt. But definitely not the best. But yeah, you can see how sticky it is right here. So I was very, very, very upset. But right here, I'm just going to put one together just to show you the final product. Putting some of my buttercream on there. And again, I had tried this a few times, and this definitely was the best attempt that I did out of the 3 or 4 times I've done it, but definitely not great. But right here, you're going to see up close how flat they are. Definitely does not look correct. It's like some buttercream slapped between some pieces of tissue paper. So that was a thumbs down, a fail. I'll show you again. And then, of course, I still ate it. So, yeah. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll probably try this recipe again and try to work out whatever it is that I did wrong and what went wrong. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.